Yeah. Yeah, this so um yeah, Monza, love. Need to get the thingy up. The okay. So Monza. Hopefully this is not gonna be a. I mean, in a way, we of course want some um stuff going on into T1 and just overall stuff going on. But not bowling into turn one, lap one. But yeah, round 4 out of 10. Last week, the F1 Shots did not race last week, so he stays on the same amount of points that he was. Instead of him, Panda raced. The winner of Australia was fucking hell, why do they have to fucking put different names in these fucking graphics? Happy Meal won in Australia with a pretty decent margin over Jamie. Technically Gecko was P2, but Gecko of course had that 6-second time penalty. So he dropped down to 4th. Night Owl got Haas up to P3. First podium of the season and a long awaited podium since probably the fucking 1990s. The last time that a Haas had a podium. Like I said, Gecko P4, Foxer 5th, Yusuf 6th. Got his 1 of the 3 seconds removed, so he jumped from, I believe it was like P9 down, up to P6, so that's Leonard down to P7, Panda in P8, Onmasmat P9, Alfie P10, Rapas P11, and TVH in P12 rounds off the people that score points. Then it's Riley, SV, Richard, Lucas, Fivezan, and Hutzger. About Richard, he left the server, so he's not going to be racing for a little bit. Yeah, so instead of Richard, we have Red Bull have Night Owl after his incredible performance in Australia. And the standings are looking like this. Since from last week, the points between Gecko and Happy Meal was only 1 point. Now, with that win in Australia and Gecko only in P4, he still had a fast lap and pole position, but still down in P4. The gap between the Happy Meal and Gecko is 7 points, with Happy Meal taking the championship lead. Just to remind myself, what's the point system? I can never again remember it. Yeah, 7 points between them. Then it's a bit of a bigger gap. Not so much, honestly. Jamie in third with 57. Good with that P2. Just being there behind, taking all the advantage as the top 3, top 4 pretty much destroy themselves a little bit. Jamie with two podiums. I can't talk for fuck's sake now. F1 Shorts stays with 49 points, drops down to P4. Jamie moves in front of him, and F1 Shorts is gonna drop even further down as he is not driving even today. So yeah, he's probably gonna drop down to, I'll guess, P6. That would be not my best guess. Foxer in 5th, disappointingly still hasn't picked up a podium this season. Last season winning the Drivers' Championship the defending champion still hasn't picked up a podium. P4 in Belgium, P4 in Austria, and P5 in Australia. This guy cannot get a podium in the Mercedes. With 42 points in P5. Night Owl jumps up into P6 with that podium. 28 points. Leonard P7 with 22. Yusuf P8 with 21. Richa in P9 with 17 points, and he's probably going to stay there with those 17 points. Just going to drop down the places. Leo in P10, Old Masmat P11, Savage P12, Mel P13, Panda P14, SV P15, Rapas P16, Alfie P17, TVH P18, Eagle P19, and Charlotte in P20. Still hasn't raced a single race. So the Alpines are doing great. And because of that, since the Alpines haven't driven a lot, or haven't driven at all, honestly, only reserves have driven for Alpine. The actual drivers haven't driven. Have they? Oh, hold on, let me check. Belgium okay, Charlotte did drive in round 1. Round 2, okay, Charlotte did drive as well in round 2, okay. Olivia did drive in round 2 as well, but they didn't do shit. So, in the constructors, McLaren extends their championship lead over Red Bull, 130 points for McLaren. P2, Red Bull, 85 points. P3, Ferrari. The only reason why Ferrari are in third with 61 points is because of Rapas not being able to score good points. He's acting like an anchor to the team. Mercedes in fourth with 42 points. The same thing in Mercedes. Foxer has scored 42 points, and Mercedes haven't had a second driver ever since. Haas and P5, they jump up to P5 from P6 with that podium with 35 points. P6, Aston Martin, 27. P7 is Williams with 25. P8 is Alpine with 8. This P9 VCOP with 8 as well. And P10 is Sauber with 2 points. The only reason why Alpine is in front of VCOP is because Alpine have a higher finishing position from Belgium. Yeah, that's the standings, and we get good timing to get into qualifying Q1. So I see that we have full qualifying. That's good. That's always appreciated. We have 17 people. Probably. I hope there's gonna be more people. Wait, hold on. The fuck is not in here. There's Olivia missing. Definitely. I mean, Olivia did put in the attendance that she's gonna drive. Olivia, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's supposed to be 19 people. I guess 19. Maybe 20. What the fuck? The 5 is on it? I don't know. Maybe actually 18. I don't know. 18 or 19 there should have been, but well, we only have 17, but that's enough to have full qualifying as we first car out on the circuit. The only car on the circuit at the moment, even though a minute has passed in qualifying. Everyone, it seems like, is watching fucking football. Champions League, I guess. We have a Sauber coming out. Lovely. We literally only have 2 people in out on the circuit, with the session being almost 2 minutes on. I mean, they do have shit and time to do laps and all that, so Devil Driver is probably anyways gonna crash out in this race. maybe SV as well, with that type of driving. Hopefully not. He's doing some interesting stuff on the out lap, I must admit. He's doing some interesting stuff on the out lap. But finally SV is gonna start, hopefully a flying lap. Yeah, flying lap, he doesn't pull into the pits. So let's look at with SV, what sort of a lap time, what sort of, I mean, I wouldn't really recommend these lines probably, but just see what he's doing. T1 braking after 150, turns 1 and 2 pretty nice, nice and clean. Turn 2 Curva Grande, easy flat, then a lot of cars. Sector 1 25.936 through the first sector. You want to be attacking these curves, but he attacked too much, and that's an invalidation through turn 5. What turn 5? Fucking turn 4, for fuck's sake. Oh no, wait, no, that is actually turn 5. What the fuck am I talking about? We have Happy Meal and Night Owl out on the circuit as well. Devil Driver on a flyer, 25.982, so pretty much the same lap, pretty much the same first sector as SV. A little wide through turn 4. First Lesmo, turn 6, pretty nice there. Turn 7, second Lesmo, pretty nice there as well, considering the Sauber. It has pretty good rotation, at least in qualifying. 52.646. Lucky that he didn't get an invalidation on the first part of Ascari, but overall it was pretty good driving through the Ascari into Alboreto. Oh, apex not seen, apex not found. Could work a bit on that, but across the line, 119.581. It's a decent lap, at least for the first lap. It's not bad. Could have been worse. Let's look at Happy Meal, the championship leader. First sector, it's at 26.009, so actually slower than Devil Driver, but a lot better through turns 4 and 5. Devil went quite a bit slower. First Lesmo pretty nice, second Lesmo as well, pretty nicely done as well. As well helps that he's driving a McLaren compared to, well, Devil stuck in a Sauber at the moment. Second sector 52.052, aggressive through the Ascari with the track limits, and he was a bit too aggressive on the exit, invalidating the lap just on the exit out of the Ascaris. Unfortunate that. Would have been a very good lap. But unfortunately, if you do something like that, then you're not gonna have a clean lap. And Night Owl 52.419, so almost 4 tenths, 3.5 tenths slower than what Happy Meal would have done through the second sector. Third sector, or across the line, 118.737. Hopefully not Boeing 737, so that it doesn't break itself, it doesn't brick itself. Fucking flying doors. It's an alright lap as a first lap. Could have been better, of course. A Savage goes P2, 119.180. Anyone on a lap? Not really. I mean, Liam is on a... I mean, first of all, terrible lap. Second of all, he's not on a lap. Darky is on a lap, 26.098. What the fuck? What the fuck is SV doing? It's a fucking side quest. And Darky goes off the circuit and lap goes out the window. I guess... let's go with Leonard because he is quite far on a lap. Hopefully these two are not gonna block him. They don't. Leonard's 52.360. A better second sector than Night Owl, so he is on a pretty good lap. He would go P1 if he keeps the if he continues like this. Exiting out of the Alboreto, And is it gonna be faster than Night Owl? No, it isn't. A tenth slower than Night Owl, but still impressive that he is a tenth behind the Red Bull, considering that he's in a Williams. That's a very good lap from him. Folks are invalidated. We're gonna see quite a bit of invalidations, I feel like, during this qualifying. We already see quite a bit. So it's just that it's the track that, since there's so few corners and few corners that you can actually gain time, people are gonna be maximizing those, or trying to maximize those corners as much as possible, and that's why they're taking a little bit extra risk with track limits. And then in hindsight, the lap is either gonna be absolute godly or it's gonna be absolute fucked. Rapaz in the meantime, okay, hello. 118.586 for Rapaz, the driver who is down in the bottom 5 or the bottom 10 of the standings, with only, I think, 4 points scored, or like a single digit point scored, is up in P1. Of course, what laps Night Owl did and Jamie is a question in itself. It depends how much did they fuck up their laps. Is this like genuine pace for them? But then we have to also account that there's still Happy Meal and Malp yet to do their laps. But still, and Gecko. But still, that's a very good lap by Rapaz to put himself P1. Happy Meal second sector 5-2, 52-1-2-3. So it's a little bit slower than his first run, his uncompleted first run. But honestly, 52-1-2-3 is still gonna be good if he completes this, if he doesn't fuck this up. Good. Alboreto. I might as well just call it Parabolica, even though it's called Alboreto. Parabolica is just so iconic. And Happy Meal goes P1, 118.452. I would have thought that he would go a little bit faster than that, honestly, into close to 17s, but maybe I'm just maybe I'm just a little bit crazy to think that faster time would be possible, especially in Q1. And there's no need to do that kind of fast lap times in Q1. Although, in my defense, I don't play this game. I don't play this game actively. I don't follow this game actively, so I don't do much on this game. I'm not known. Or, I'm not known. My knowledge on F1 in terms of what lap times are good or bad has gone worse. A lot worse. Is Gekko on a lap? No, he's not. He's still doing his tactics of doing a gazillion of warm-up laps just to put one, like, few flying laps. Eagle 52.546 through the second sector. It's a pretty good lap at the moment, what he's doing. It's a pretty decent lap. Could be faster than Devil Driver, honestly, at this rate, if he holds on. Is he going to be faster than Devil Driver? Yes, he is, by quite a big margin. 3/10 around Monza. 19.271. So it's a pretty good lap as well, considering that he's in a Sauber. Gecko's probably still on a warm-up lap. Is he? Well, he has actually used his ERS for once. He's not. He is using his ERS, so he's on a flying lap. Let's actually. Well, there goes Mal. But I was thinking maybe should I go on board with him, but he goes P1, 600ths faster than Happy Meal. Exactly 600 faster. Foxer is on a lap. No ERS to spare, and it's gonna be an 18.860 by Foxer behind a Williams. I don't know what has gone with Foxer at the moment, because he's just so like not himself compared to. It's not the same Foxer as we left last season. He's a changed man in a wrong way. In the meantime, Gecko has invalidated his flying lap. He doesn't really have enough ERS fuel, sorry, to make another lap, and not that much ERS to spare, considering that he would be on a flying lap, so can't really do much. So at the moment, Gecko is not in a great situation, as his lap is very, very, very easily beatable by Darky and Yusuf. Yusuf still hasn't gone out of the pits. Darky was out on the circuit, but hasn't set the time yet. So yeah, at the moment for Gecko, he is not in a great place in P15. Anyone on a lap? On Masamad is on a lap. Eagle seems like it to be on a lap. Yeah, it seems like that he's on a lap. Folks are in the pits. A lot of people have retired already. Let's see what On Masamad is gonna do through the second sector and quickly go back to Eagle. On Masamad down on his time. Eagle down on his time as well. 2/10 and 200s for Eagle and On Masamad. Eagle being the 2/10s slower than his previous time. But then there's of course a big difference between the lap times. On Masamad 120.012, Eagle 19.275. On Masamad pulls into the pits the same as Eagle, so we don't see laps from them. As SV TVH invalidated. SV is on a lap still. At least hasn't invalidated yet. Quick into Parabolica. And then let's see, he's gonna of course improve. What's his lap time? 18.947. Good lap by SV. That puts him P8 and well, easily safe into Q2. Has anyone told Yusuf to stop watching the Champions League? Fucking it. Liverpool versus Galatasaray is not that entertaining, lad. Or whoever. What the fuck are there even fixtures there? I need to check. Fucking hell, I can't. But what are the games there? Only Galatasaray and Liverpool. That cannot be that entertaining. Gecko out on the circuit with, well, a very messy first chicane. There he goes. I guess he listened to me. Yeah, Gecko, pretty messy first sector. 26.099 is still an alright first sector. He doesn't even need to do a crazy lap. He just needs to put a time on the board. Well, he has a time on the board, but an actual competitive lap time on the board, like 80, like high 18. He doesn't need to push. He just needs to watch out for the track limits. He needs to be quick, but watch out for the track limits, and he's going to be golden. 52.5 into Ascari, good there with track limits. On the exit as well, safe with those track limits. Not trying to abuse them or anything, just safely through the Ascari, then into Parabolica. No real place to invalidate. And across the line Gecko goes, it's an 18.9, and that's what I talked about, a high 18. And that should be enough to get him into Q2. Unless, I don't know, I mean, no, he's safe anyways, because Savage and Eagle have already retired, so the lowest that he's gonna go is P15. So he's still safely through. He's still safely through. Yusuf started his lap, so the only one on a flying lap, so I guess we'll go with him. Jamie out on the circuit, so I'm intrigued what he's gonna do. possibly trying to give Yusuf slipstream, although to be fair, he's quite far on the lap, so who would even... Okay, he's on the Inter, so yeah, it's I don't know. No, Yusuf has backed out. But Yusuf is in the second Lesmos. Jamie is all the way down. Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah, now I see. I forgot that fucking Liam existed, and they're probably in a VC. But why is Liam not deploying ERS? Why is... in fourth gear through the... No. Arsenal fan. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Darky, I think he had a 52.8 through the second sector. So, could be done a little bit better. Too early into Parabolica. Not a great exit. As a result of that, it's gonna be a 19.949 for Darky. So Savage is through. Savage is definitely through. Liam is out because he is down in P16. Let's see what Yusuf is gonna do. TVH is in danger of not making the... TVH, not a great exit at all through the final corner. Is he gonna even improve? No, well, he does, but because of that mistake, Old Massamad is safely through because Liam is not gonna do anything. We have to look what Yusuf is doing. He's gonna get a lovely slipstream from Jamie. Well, it's a little bit. On Massamad is gonna come across the line, and he goes P12, so he would have been safe. So Darky would have been the one in danger, but it's TVH who's in danger, and I think TVH is gonna be out of the qualifying. Yes, he is. Yusuf 19.370 P12. So it is Liam, shocker, and TVH out of qualifying. Darky just about manages to get himself through in P15. Then it's Devil Driver on Massamad, Yusuf, Eagle, Savage, Gecko, SV, Foxer, Leonard, Jamie, Night Owl, Rapaz, Happy Meal, and Malp, who are through into Q2. Rapaz has, I don't know, either he has woken up or he has activated cheats. Fucking Thomas Ronhar moment. Either way, with those lap times at the moment that the Malb and Happy Meal have done, not a bad lap whatsoever for Rapaz, but we'll see in Q2 and Q3 especially what he's gonna do. Hopefully he's gonna make it into Q3. Leonard as well, pretty good in P7, P6, sorry, in front of Foxer, the last season's champion, and Gecko as well, the runners-up at in Gecko P2 in the championship. That's what I'm trying to say. And overall, Leonard has been pretty good this season. A little bit under the radar recently. I'm gonna admit he has been a little bit under the radar. What's his recent results? P8, P7, P7. So consistently in the points, in some good points as well. Because well, instead of P8 being 4 points and P7 being 6 points, it's 8 points for P7 and 6 points for P8. So he has 22 points. And those are he has majority of the points in Williams. He has 22 points. Williams have 25 points in the constructors. So he is doing the heavy lifting in Williams. What do you mean, Devil Driver? He doesn't read chat. I do read chat. I've literally got my phone pulled up for Twitch. And you're saying that I'm not reading chat. What the fuck? And good evening, Zach. Long time no here. Sorry about the aggressive. Sorry about the aggressiveness. Had to make a bit of a statement. I do read chat though. I've literally. I'm not hot that I don't read chat. Yeah, good evening, Zach. How are you doing? So yeah, Q2. It is Q2. Let me just check OBS quick, cause fucking. Yeah, my voice is fucking hearable. Q2 has started. What's that? Hold on, one more check. I have to check the fucking race weather. Oh yeah, it was that, okay. And now in Q2 we have finally drivers coming out. Unlike Q1 where it took a little bit of time for the... Oh, Leonard's quite a big overshoot in the first chicane. Obviously the lap is abandoned. So yeah, Leonard's not on a lap anymore. Savage on a lap. Foxer started a lap. Well, I mean, half the grid is on a lap. Over half the grid is on a lap. Like, like most of the grid is on a lap. Like it would rain in like 5 minutes, for some reason, even though it's not gonna rain. Let's go with Savage on a lap. On the onboard. As soon as I go with him, he goes wide in the first Lesmo. He might have a little bit of dirty air from the Aston in front. I think that's SV, isn't it? Yes, that's SV in front. 52.743 through the second sector for Savage. SV in front has a moment, big moment in front. Is he gonna abandon the lap? It doesn't seem like it. No, he's still continuing it. So Savage has very good amounts of slipstream. Now he's gonna get the dirty air, but on the exit out of the final corner, he's gonna have some lovely slipstream by SV. Jamie P1 19.0, Savage P2 19.266. SV with those mistakes now drops down to P4 20.368. Devil Driver 120.035. A lot of these drivers are on used tires. One driver who is not on used tires, I can guarantee you, is Gecko with an 18.063. A new fastest time of the qualifying. On my Smart P6, 120.454. Folks are invalidated. Mal first sector 25.926. Rapaz, let's see what his second sector is gonna look like. 52.330, so not a bad second sector whatsoever for the Spanish driver, but he invalidates a lap through the... well, Ascari. Let's go back to Happy Meal. What's his second sector gonna be at? 52.092. Through the Ascari, a little wide on the second part, just a little bit of an overshoot through the second part, and wide into the third part, just a little bit too much speed going into there. Through the parabolic car, a little wide, but that's just a little bit of nitpicking. Happy Meal, is he gonna go fastest? No, he doesn't. 128.275, 2/10 behind Gecko. I think as well that is as well a lap that is on a fresh set. He did lose quite a bit of time to the third sector. Ascari is in the third sector, by the way. So he did lose quite a bit of time with that mistake. He has a lot of time in the bag there. That of course depends if he can replicate the rest of the lap that he did. Or can he improve that even? He has a lot of time to gain through Ascari, definitely. Savage was on a lap again. This time he didn't go wide through the first part of Lesmo's second part. As well, definitely no wide. I'm a little concerned, is he gonna have enough fuel though to the end, but to the finish line. Let's see. 63 thousandths up on his time. Through the Ascari pretty nicely. Probably, I mean, it's kind of hard to say if he could go faster or not, considering that he's in a Haas. Malp goes third, 18.5. Through the final corner exit. Oh, he goes into the pits, so doesn't want to improve. Almost crashed in this. He decided to stick his wing up the inside of... He decided to stick his wing up the inside of me. Yo! He decided to stick his wing up the inside of me. Yo! The Lesmo on our in-laps and he spun. Lol. Almost be done there. Jeez. Yeah, SV doesn't seem to be the driver that well, people like. It very much seems like it. Gecko and Happy Meal already retire. Some would say in an Aston in P6 ego retirement. I wouldn't really say that, but especially that if you're Gecko and Happy Meal in P1 and P2, no, like, you think that someone like, I don't know, Old Master Matt is gonna do a faster time than 18.0? I wouldn't really say that that's ego retirement. I would say if Savage would have retired now, or Jamie would have retired now, I would say that would be ego retirement. But yeah. There's still 4 drivers yet to set a lap. Foxer, Leonard, Rappas and Darky. Foxer has started his lap now. Last time out he invalidated his lap. So let's see if he's gonna keep it clean this time on the lap. Like I said, it's very easy to invalidate in qualifying around here, since you're so on the limit, so on the edge of track limits everywhere, or at least you're trying to be as much on the limit of the track limits as possible, because there's technically like, I don't know, 7 corners where you can actually gain time. Well, cover ground, of course, you're not gonna really gain. I mean, yeah, 52.268 for Foxer to the second sector. Ascari beautifully done, in my opinion, very beautifully within the track limits, and just very aggressive turning into the Parabolica. A little that grass on the inside wasn't helpful, but it is what it is. Foxer coming across the line and he goes P3, 18.358, so he should be safe into Q3 with that lap time. Jamie improving 42 thousandths though only through the second sector. See, Jamie, is he gonna improve a little bit more? Yes, he does improve a little bit more. 2/10 found. It's an 18.827 for Jamie. Night Owl P5 18.645 for Night Owl. It's a decent time. It's a decent time. P5. Leonard around the final corner is gonna complete his lap. It's gonna be an 18.707 for Leonard in front of Jamie. Beautiful lap by the Williams. Rapaz first sector. We didn't see what's his. Can I see like this? No. We didn't see what was his first sector. The second Lesmo could have gone a little bit maybe wider, although that curb is a little bit heightened. The car likes to I don't know what the fucking saying is anymore. 52.103 for Rapaz through the second sector, and good Ascari as well, not slow at least, and he did invalidate, that's the most important. Into the final corner, Parabolica, a little high gear, he would have been beneficial, it would have been more beneficial if he would have gone 5th gear. Rapaz though anyways goes P4, 18.508 for Rapaz. At the moment he's going faster than Jamie. And why the fuck hasn't Jamie pitted when he has no fuel? That's the minds of Mr. Hamas at the moment. That we don't know what he thinks. He probably forgot again. That's the mind of that. Okay, I'm gonna stop the Jamie slander. Savage not on a flying lap, just going slow. Eagle has started his flying lap. He's the only one on a flying lap, so might as well just look at him, what he's gonna do. Like I said, the only driver who is on a flying lap, so yeah. There isn't really much else to look at. 2/10 faster through the second sector than his previous lap, so already good improvement there. Still needs quite a lot more to get himself into Q3, although a 19.2 is it is possible he did it. A 19.2, on the limit of track limits there. Like right on the edge of track limits there, on the exit out of the second Lesmo. Second sector, a second up on his time. 52.3 through the second sector. So, like I said, a 19.2 is possible for Eagle as he did it in the second part of the first part of qualifying. In the second part of qualifying, a little bit wide through the Parabolica. Let's see if he's going to have a run into the finish line. What's it going to be? An 89 for Eagle. Good lap by Eagle. And there's still, of course, Savage and Yusuf. Definitely them who are going to be challenging that. Definitely Savage. Yusuf with that Aston Martin around Monza. You're getting that Honda engine experience in 2026. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's. I mean, he could be in a risk of not making it into Q3. He might not. He might be at risk. 18.8 is still. I mean, there still needs to be 3 drivers who beat that. There is Savage who could beat that. There is Yusuf who could potentially beat that. But then who else? I mean, Darky, I know Darky, what his pace is. It's not great. SV, if he pulls the lap together, if he's gonna stop clowning himself. But through the first sector, he's definitely not clowning. He's definitely improving by over 2/10. Darky, first sector, 26.005. So a good improvement there. Let's go back to SV since he is the furthest in the lap. But yeah, Jamie, yeah, he hasn't gone out of pits. SV, almost 9/10 of improvements, and the 9/10 of improvement go to shitter. So he's out of qualifying, definitely. Darky 52.583. A little wide through Ascaris, and he spins an Ascaris, so he's as well out of qualifying. So it's only Devil Driver, On Masmad, Yusuf, Savage, and Eagle to fight it out for the final spots of Q3. And as well Jamie, but he's not there to actually fight for it. Let's go to Devil Driver, what he's doing. Half a second up on his time. It's at the moment only a 19.5 for him. So not... I mean, not really even close, because Savage is in P10, but I'll just quickly look what he is doing through the second sector. I would assume that he would be improving quite a lot. 2/10 at least there. Devil Driver, is he gonna at least be provisionally into Q3? No, he doesn't. He stays in Q2. Yusuf, is he gonna be able to make it into Q3? For now, he is in Q3. So, but Jamie now should be safe. He is safe now as on Mathmat only goes P11. 19.177. Savage, is he gonna be able to pull a lap in to get himself into Q3? No, he doesn't. Savage only P13. Eagle is in Q3 as well. So Savage, for me, a little bit of a shock. He doesn't make it into Q3. I would have thought that he would be easily making it into Q3, but unfortunately he doesn't. Stays in P12. And so it's Darky, SV, Devil Driver, Savage, and On Massimat who don't make it into Q3. Yusuf just about makes it in. Then it's Eagle. Like I said, Eagle could make it in, and he does make it into Q3. Jamie P8, Leonard P7, Night Owl P6. I mean, Malp, Rapaz, Fox, Happy Meal, and Gecko make it into Q3. There's no real point to say what positions they have made, since for the top 10 it doesn't really matter. It matters for the top 10 the most that they made it into Q3, and that's it. It doesn't matter what lap time they do. They could do a 5-minute lap time, 5 minutes 55, and yeah, if they're through, then they're through. They don't really care what else. They don't care about anything else. So yeah, we have 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, 2 McLarens, 1 Mercedes, 1 Williams, 1 Sauber, and 1 Aston Martin to battle out for pole position and for the final spots on the race grid. Well, of course, what positions they're going to start. That's of course what I ultimately meant. Because realistically, Eagle, Yusuf, Leonard, they're not going to be... Leonard, Eagle, Yusuf, realistically, they are not fighting for for pole position. So far from the form that I've seen from Foxer the last 3 races, and in this qualifying, he's not going to be fighting for the actual pole position either. Night Owl is lacking a little bit of pace. I mean, he could be as well sandbagging. He could be as well sandbagging. And, well, Rapaz has some good pace, honestly. Rapaz has some quite decent pace. I don't think enough for pole position, but he does have some quite decent pace. So I think ultimately it's a fight for pole position between Happy Meal, Malp, and Gecko. So yeah, could have easily been P11 unless Sultan's lost sector. Yeah, I think I don't know, was it you or am I confusing with someone else? But I think you, Alfie, or Devil Driver, you went wide through Ascari, if I'm not mistaken. So there you probably lost a little bit of time. But okay. But yeah, I mean, P13. I mean, P11 would be still better than P13, of course. Let's go on an onboard with our championship leader, Happy Meal. Maybe not actually in the onboard. Let's just focus on Happy Meal and Foxer, what they are doing through the first bits, or through the first sectors. 25.9 for Foxer, 25.8 for Happy Meal through the first sector. Just look, I'm just going to be switching between Foxer and Happy Meal at the moment to see what they're doing. Leonard, of course, is in front doing a lap in front of them. Eagle has spun on the exit out of the first Lesmo. Foxer 52.1 through the first sector. Happy Meal is not on a flying lap anymore. He messed up somewhere through the second sector and he abandoned the lap. He hasn't invalidated though. he just messed up the lap somewhere, somewhere just a little bit of a slide or something like that, and just decided to abandon the lap. Leonard goes at the moment P1, 1:18.727. Foxer should beat that easily. Yes, he does. 1:18.210 for the reigning world champion, or GPR champion. Happy Meal 1:25.6, but of course that's not the competitive time that he can do, or the best time that he can do. Jamie P2, 1:18.553. Yusuf P4, 19.281. He might be as well on used tires. Night Owl goes P2, 1:18.465. Let's go back to Happy Meal, to the first sector. Is he improving to the first sector? Yes, he is by 69. Nice. Thousandths of a second. So there is improvement. There is improvement there. Malp 25.8 as well through the first sector. Second sector 51.7. 51.7 through the second sector. What the fuck? Gecko goes provisional pole position. The first driver to go into 1:17, 17.9. Gonna watch Happy Meal invalid again. Malp 51.7. He could go provisional pole position here if he didn't mess up the third sector. He did mess up the third sector a little bit. Goes P2, 1:18.015 from Malp. Goes P2. Happy Meal still still not a competitive lap time on the board. He's trying to make one more lap on this set of tires as he's trying to, well, go through the gears to make it. Eagle is on a lap. Rapas as well is on a lap, so we can watch him after Eagle. Eagle is a little bit scraping the floor there on the exit. Eagle goes P8, 1:20.292. Rapas is on a lap. Thought that he was gonna go into the pits. Rapas goes P4, 1:18.432. What sort of pace does Rapas all of a sudden have? He absolutely woke up in this qualifying. He fully decided to lock in this qualifying, and he is putting a pretty good performance at the moment. Not really fighting for absolute pole position, of course, but I mean, compared to what he was doing in the first three races, that's a pretty good job that he is doing. He's faster at the moment than Jamie. He's a 10th faster than Jamie at the moment, so he is doing a very good job so far. Happy Meal what's his second sector gonna be? As 0.4 laps of fuel, 0.3 now as he goes into the Ascaris. I think it was a high 52 as well through the second sector, so he's not. I don't think he's gonna make it to the finish line with this sort of fuel. I think he's just better off abandoning this lap. 0.1 laps of fuel. I think he's gonna go into the pits. 0-0, yeah. He's going into the pits, yeah. Like I predicted. And now we have no cars on the circuit. Well, Rapas is on the circuit, but for crying out loud, he has got no fuel and he's going into the pits. Oh, we have actually... No, we don't actually. I thought that was someone going out, but that was Eagle just going into the pits. So, yeah, we don't have anyone on the circuit. 5 minutes to go. It's gonna get a little bit boring here. I'm gonna check the Discord on my phone a little bit for now to see if they're doing anything or not. Or if there's some sort of, I don't know, arguments going around or something like that. I don't know. Currently 10th in the speed trap. Oh, Foxer, oh, Foxer. Let me just check the sector times between Gecko and Malp. So, Gecko has a way better second sector. So if 25.8 compared to Malp's 25.9. So Gecko actually had a very good that. Okay, so that's the main point where Gecko gains. Then the third sector he gains a little bit. Malp gains back in the first sector though a little bit. I thought that second sector would have been actually fucking, like, that was rapid. I mean, it is still rapid. But to be fair, Gecko made even better second sector. It's insane. Happy Meal already out on the circuit. I'm a little bit interested what he's doing at the moment. Hold on, let me go. Can on the feed. How many people do you think will spin or get damaged to anyone? How many people? It's a little bit hard to answer. I mean, spin or get damaged. I mean, I feel like there's at least gonna be someone. I would say 2 people are either gonna spin or get damaged. It can be either 2 people spinning and no damage, or there could be 2 people that got damaged but no spin, or then one spin, one damage. Happy Meal in the meantime 25-8 through the first sector, second sector through the Lesmos on the limit. What I've seen. In the meantime, while I was yapping, second sector it's gonna be a 51-5. That's an absolute worldy of a second sector at the moment in this field. Ascari as well was made beautifully on the absolute limit. Now into the Parabolica. It's gonna be a beautiful entry as well there. Going wide. And now just run up to the finish line. What's it gonna be at? 17-6-5-3 for Happy Meal. Finally a lap on the board, a good lap on the board. And with an absolute screamer. Almost 3/10 faster than Gecko. Over 3/10 faster than Malp. 5.5 seconds. No, what? No, 5.5 tenths faster than a Foxer. Not seconds. Okay, the lap was not that good, but for 5.5 seconds, the lap was not that good. The lap is good, but not that good. Not 5.5 seconds faster than P4. Okay, so Jamie on a lap. Well, overall, Ferrari's on a lap. Red Bulls are on a lap. Let's see what Jamie's gonna be doing to the first sector. 26.119 through the first sector. I'm gonna see what Drapas is doing to the first sector. 25.749 through the first sector. Gecko, what's he doing to the first sector? 25.8 to the first sector. So all 3 that we have just watched are improving. Gecko a little bit messy on the exit out the final corner. Is he still continuing with the lap? He's not continuing with the lap. He's not continuing with the lap. It seems like it. So he's just trying to... well, he has abandoned the lap pretty much. Rapas to the second sector. 2/10, almost 3/10 faster through the second sector. So he's as well improving by quite a bit. Jamie is going to be the first one to come across the line from this bunch of people. What's it going to be at for Jamie? It's going to be an 18.399 for Jamie. P5 for him. Eagles stays in 10th. Rapas, what's it going to be for him? P4 18.052 for Rapas. For him, that's a great lap. Nidal, what's it going to be for him? P5 118.127. Folks are invalidated. So the only one who is left to make a lap, a lap who can challenge for pole position is Malp. Of course, we have Leonard still on a lap, but he's invalidated, so no one is on a lap anymore. No one is on a lap anymore besides Malp. Malp is the only one on a lap. He's improving by half a tenth through the second sector. So I don't think that's gonna it unless he pulls an absolute worldie through the third sector some way, one way or the other. He's not gonna get pole position, but at least if it will be P2, yes it is P2. A front row lockout for the McLarens by just, I think that was 13 thousandths in front. Malp is in front of Gecko, and yes it is 13 thousandths, but Happy Meal takes yet another pole position in this season. And it is yet another front row lockout for the McLarens. By the way, it's not another pole position for Happy Meal. That's the first pole position of the season. I thought that he already had the pole position. Gecko P3, Rapaz P4. I don't know what the fuck did Rapaz have this today. What he had fucking for dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Night Owl P5, pretty good result for him. Where is Foxer? For Foxer, again disappointing in P6. Foxer could be this could be another race for Foxer where he doesn't get a podium. I mean, to be fair, this could be quite realistic that he doesn't get a podium because it seems like the Mercedes is quite draggy. It's quite draggy. Overall, it just, well, Astons are, well, I've shit ton draggy. And then Mercedes seems like what they're quite a bit draggy. Around here, so yeah, it's gonna be a interesting race. This one, full dry. So let's see if we're gonna get some absolute splendid racing, or are we just gonna get? Are we gonna get the first half of Australian 2026 race, or are we gonna get the second half of the Australia 2026 race? Hopefully the first half. Yeah. I don't know if it's one stop or two stop around here. Well, that's at least gonna bring a little bit of excitement in here. I think it should be one stop though. You never know with these. You really don't know with these, honestly. The Happy Meal is in a great place to extend his championship lead as we go 3, 4, 5 roulette with lights out. Now, I know we go here in the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. Malp gets an absolute horrific start, already dropping down to P7. What on earth was that? Leonard as well down to P17. Happy Meal manages to keep his P1. Gecko was good off the line though. Rapaz as well was very good off the line as well. Could have been P3, but a little bit of whatever happened through turn 1, 2 caused him to lose a position to Night Owl. But what on earth was that race start by Malp? He's already losing places down to P9, P10. He's already out from the top 10 and he has damage, I think. Yes, he has damage, so that's at least one driver who has damage. And you could say that Leonard had a spin, so I'm correct that there were 2 people who had spins or damages, at least. I think that's almost matter as well with damage. No, that isn't. But Malp, terrible start to this race, already down to P15, and with damage as well. Just a terrible start to the season to the race. Just absolute, like, the worst imaginable start. Like, he was already, by the time of turn 1, he was already down to P8. He was already down to P8 by turn 1. Happy Meal with a great pace. He's still keeping in P1 with already 7.5 tenths in front of Gecko. Night Owl as well, pretty decent pace. Still somewhat keeping up with Gecko, although Gecko is not going to be here keeping Night Owl in his DRS, as he has to fight for the win and especially for the championship behind water for Darky in the wall. Whatever happens on the exit out of turns 1 and 2. He has damage and spawn on the exit out of turn 1, or turn 2. And so that's another piece of damage that Haas need to worry about. Darky 3-second time penalty as well. Darky needs to be careful that he doesn't DNF this car, because then Haas are in the mud. Haas are in the mud, in the mud. Haas are in the mud. Na 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 na. Haas are in the mud, in the mud. Haas. Okay, I'll fucking shut up about that. That's fucking. That's so fucking old as well. So far we have one massive DRS train from P1 all the way down to P11. Gecko with the DRS unable to close in, or ooh, well, a little bit too close by closing in T1, and now Night Owl could possibly go for an overtake. He doesn't, but that still allows Rapaz to be somewhat close to go for a possible move into turn 4. He doesn't, but still that could have allowed Night Owl to be overtaken by Rapaz. Focuser is trying to maybe make a move on Rapaz. Jamie just not having the pace at the moment. He was 1.4 seconds just before these first couple of corners in lap 3. Rapaz loses a place to Focuser. I'm assuming that was a poor exit out of the second Lesmo that allowed that. So Focuser has the raw pace. He might be a little bit brought down by the lack of straight line speed on the straights. No, wow, lack of speed on the straight line speed on the straights. No way. Gecko 7.5 tenths behind Happy Meal, not close enough to think of an overtake. As well, having less ERS than Happy Meal, so not even trying to deploy. Just one massive DRS train. Is there anything happening behind? Savage already up to P8, so Savage had a great exit. What has happened to Focuser? Has he? Why was he on the grass into T1? He's already lost from P4 down to P7 in one set of chicane. The Yusuf kinda lets him pass, not really. Darky again he gets a 10-second time, but just retire the car. Just retire the car, but just retire the car at this point. He's got 16 seconds of penalties. My god, this guy has got no race craft, no race pace, nothing in the race. All well, time trial. Malp is still driving with that broken front wing in P11. He's in the podium points now. Well, he has been for a little bit now. Since he overtook Devil Driver, who was in P12. Why is Happy Meal losing places? Why on earth the one time that I'm going away from the top, something is going on? First was Focuser, now Happy Meal drops down from P1 down to P3 through Parabolica. Gecko was not all that close to Happy Meal, so Gecko couldn't have done anything to Happy Meal, at least that's what I would think. So that must have been a mistake by Happy Meal, maybe trying to take too much, like going on the grass into the entry of the final corner. So maybe that was the reason why he lost positions. Lucky that he doesn't have any damage, or that he didn't go further into for example, the gravel trap. But what on earth is going on in the top? First was Focuser, I'm assuming outbraking himself into turn 1. Okay, Darky. Okay, Darky. Just retire the car at this point. 19 seconds of penalties in 5 laps. Just retire the car. The Haas got no money for this type of stuff. Like if you fuck up the car, the race is fucking the championship for Haas is over, and they're doing pretty fucking decent in the championship. They're doing very good in the championship, actually. Happy Meal is gonna be eager to overtake Nidal as quickly as possible. He's using a lot of his ERS, but not close enough to send a dive bomb, unless he's gonna send an absolute one from a long way back. He doesn't. Leonard already goes into the pits. I wonder if that's something to do with damage. I want to see quickly. That's something to do with damage. I don't see anyone. I don't know. That's not something to do with damage. He's just changing tires. The same with Darky, although Darky is retiring the car, like I said. So at least Theo doesn't have to worry about any more damage. That he doesn't actually crash the car. He just retires the car. So there goes 1,500 in the drain, but better that than getting disqualified from the championship, and then having no money for the next season. Yeah, having no money for next season, and then no sponsor money, no that. So you have to really just take whatever drivers that you can. At that point, you might have to drive yourself the fucking car. At that point, we still have a massive DRS train from P1 down to P10. So the top 10 is in a DRS train. Malp is the first one to be out of the DRS, and then after that it's a little bit, well, no one's in the DRS. Happy Meal again is trying to send it on Nidal, but Nidal is not getting scared by those sends by Happy Meal, taking the racing line as he should. But Happy Meal is sending those warning signals that he's there. And now he's trying to overtake Nidal. Nidal defends the inside. Happy Meal is going to have to go the long way round. A little bit of contact there between himself and Nidal. Nidal a little bit could say that he was moving on the braking there, pushing Happy Meal onto the grass. Definitely Happy Meal will be reporting that, I think. Because, I mean, this, you know, that's kind of reportable, I guess. Or he's at least gonna try. He's gonna be harvesting the ERS and going into the Ascari. Nidal doesn't have the DRS anymore. So, and he is quite far back. 1.8 seconds, 1.9. What the fuck? What the fuck is this gap going up so much? This is some clever driving by the Red Bulls to just increase the gap as much as possible, so that Happy Meal is going to be as far as possible behind Gecko. Happy Meal should be able to easily overtake Nidal. Yes, he does easily overtake him. Of course, Nidal could be coming back on the Aranya side into turns 1 and 2. No, he doesn't. Rapaz almost goes into the back of Nidal. Nidal tried to defend himself, but he doesn't have that much ERS to play with anymore. So he can't go for a counter-attack into turn 4. Devil Jar and TVH go into the pit for the hards at the moment. Yeah, Gecko leading the race by 2.5 seconds in front of Happy Meal, so he is in a very good spot at the moment. He's got a very good gap behind Happy Meal. He doesn't really have to stress about the gap too much. Of course, you know, 2.6 seconds with 20 laps to go, roughly 20 laps to go. You know, you're still not that you can't that you can relax. It's not the sort of stage in the race where you can relax. You have to really just drive. Just, you know, without mistakes and all that. Nidal still has the DRS, I think, on a Happy Meal. Well, it doesn't matter. He pulls into the pits for the hard. It seems like it. Savage as well goes into the pits. So those are the first drivers from the top to go into the pits. Folks are trying to overtake Jamie around the outside of turns 1 and on the inside into turn 2. They will get to 3 seconds. Folks doesn't get as good of a exit as Jamie. Jamie's going to have the shorter line on the inside. Liam gets a 10-second for speeding the pits. Jamie's still in front of Folkster. Folkster doesn't late brake, but Jamie kinda late brakes himself. Folkster doesn't get a better exit. He does get a bit of a better exit, but Jamie is still in front. Folkster didn't get the best of exits, as he had a small moment himself on the exit out of turn 5. both Jamie and Foxer have quite, well, almost no ERS whatsoever. The same with Rapaz. Rapaz doesn't have any ERS whatsoever either. Malp overtakes SV just before Aquaminerali. I want to know if Malp is gonna try to... Oh! SV loses the rear on the exit out of Ascari. Just saw that in the background. So he's gonna drop down to P10 at the moment. Anyone else pitting? Happy Meal pits. Rapaz pits. Jamie, of course, has to stay out. Foxer pits. Malp stays out. So maybe some people are trying to go for one stop. For a definite one stop. Other people... I mean, I think Happy Meal, Rapaz and all these should be going as well for one stop at this point. 17 laps to go, though. I don't know what's the tire usage around here. But, yeah, Night Owl. Could he be in front of Happy Meal? Yes, he is going to be in front of Happy Meal going into turn 1. And Happy Meal doesn't try to re-attack him. The Happy Meal tried to get a better exit, but Happy Meal acting as a boss on the exit. Now, Happy Meal is using his ERS, but he doesn't have any ERS. Night Owl is trying to defend as well. A little bit of contact between them. There's another deja vu going into this bit. It's again just fighting. And Happy Meal barges his way through Night Owl to be in front of him. That was a little bit of aggressive by Happy Meal, but he was there, to be fair. On the apex into turn 5. Night Owl went wide. It seemed like he went wide himself. I guess he got a little bit barged off by Happy Meal, but it was crucial for Happy Meal to get past Night Owl as quickly as possible. Gecko pits this lap as well. Yusuf pits. Jamie doesn't pit, so he takes the lead of the race. He's the only one. He's the last one to stay out on the mediums. 10 laps. Or lap 11 out of 27, he's still on the mediums. Gecko should be in front of Happy Meal easily. I want to see if Malp is gonna... He hasn't changed the front wing. He hasn't. Gecko is clear in front of Happy Meal. Night Owl as well helped him a little bit with that battling that they had on the second chicane. Happy Meal, of course, lost a little bit of time because of that. So, beautifully played out by the Red Bulls, at least for Gecko. I don't know if Night Owl is going to get any sort of penalties or anything. The same with Tifa and Happy Meal that send into the chicane. He shouldn't, but you never know. You never know. In the heat of the moment like this, not great camera views what's the stuff is going on. And you can't really go into replay mode middle of the race, at least like this. I don't have a second monitor to go like that. Then, yeah, it's a little bit rough. Malp overtakes Leonard. I mean, Leonard is on 5 lap balls hard, so it's a little bit tough for Leonard to do anything on those hards. He is up to P10. I don't know what the fuck was that terrible start of his. Just didn't get away. It seemed like it. But yeah. Happy Meal fastest lap, 21.268. 3 tenths faster than Gecko's. Gecko and Jamie have the exact same fastest lap, by the way. 1:21.568. So that's close, at least between them. Jamie still stays out on the mediums. Is he trying to pray for a safety car? I mean, it's in Monza. That wouldn't be a bad of a you know, that wouldn't be a bad strategy. But I think, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if what the others are gonna be doing. I'm just gonna quickly check on my phone what's the sort of optimal race strategies according to SKG, by the way. I just want to check, as nothing is gonna be nothing should be happening at the moment. It's medium hard or hard medium, so it should be like this for the rest of the race. Maybe besides Leonard, maybe. Jamie goes into the pits. Jamie, I saw that he had quite low amount of fuel. He had minus 0.28 laps of fuel, so not really great from Jamie. The top three are fine with fuel. Foxer leads a bit closer. Rapaz overtakes Foxer in the meantime on the into T1. Rapaz as well, as we see on the exit of turn 2. 0.26. I want to check back to Jamie. Just dropped down to P10 with that long overdue pit stop. Drops down to P10. He has to overtake Leonard now. But as you can see, I don't know if how this on stream it looks like. He has minus 0.30 laps of fuel, so he is in danger of not. Well, he has to Lyco now, unless on this circuit you can take less fuel than you actually need. Like with just driving, you're just saving fuel, which around Monza it doesn't seem like a thing to happen. So he might have to actually Lyco into corners. He might have to actually Lyco into the corners. Happy Meal still unable to catch up to Gecko. That one lap fresher tires are helping Gecko quite a bit. Night Owl still in the DRS. No, he's not in the DRS anymore. Night Owl not in the DRS anymore. Gecko has quite a bit of ERS in the tank, in the reserves. Just chilling in P1. Happy Meal, little bit less of ERS, of course, as we saw. Eagle overtaking Leonard, maybe. Oh no, he's not overtaking him. Both of them off the circuit. And who is the right to overtake here? Because both of them went off the circuit. I mean, Leonard technically pushed off him, so Eagle goes in front. I think that's the fair thing, I guess, because Leonard kind of pushed them off. Even goes all the way to the inside, all the way to the right on the exit out of turn 5. Interesting. Malp, is he gonna overtake Yusuf into the Ascari? He is, it seems like it. And he's up to P7 in this charge to get back the positions that he lost. He's not gonna get P2, definitely. Unless there's gonna be a safety car and he, I don't know, changes his front wing, doesn't lose that many places. And then he's gonna have fucking, I don't know, Jarno Opmir moments where he's just gonna go from, I don't know, like P11 to P1 in Monza. Yusuf, he has DRS, but neither of them have any ERS, so it's just about the straight line speed, less drag, and it is Yusuf in front. The same with Focuser being in front of Rapaz. Behind though, there's yellows for someone. Was that for SV yellows? I don't know, was that for SV? Because there's some sort of yellows on the start finish straight. Weirdly, I don't know if that was for him, but he's down in P12. I don't know. Well, I can say for certain the battle for the lead is a little bit dead. Rapaz is still doing good in P5 for Ferrari in their home grounds. It doesn't seem like that he's getting a podium, but I mean, considering the last few races, he's doing very good. He's gonna triple, I think, his points tally. He's gonna definitely triple. Devil retires on the exit out of the Ascari, and that causes a full safety car out on the circuit. Now there we have a curveball that we were kinda waiting for. Gecko, who had the race in the hands pretty much. The race in the hands. Everything under control. Not anymore. He doesn't have the race under control anymore. Full safety car. People are pitting for Hearts. Savage, Malp, Eagle, Leonard, SV. On Massamad for Hearts as well. TBH, is he gonna pit for Hearts? Yes, he does pit for Hearts as well. So it seems like the Hearts are the best tire to at this stage of the race. But like I said, for Gecko, this is not great news, because he had the race in his hands. Malp gets a drive-through for speeding it under the safety car. So overall for Red Bull, this race is not going to be that bad, because they're going to gain points on McLaren unless they're going to, I don't know what they're going to do, but yeah. Since Malp has a drive-through penalty, and that drive-through penalty can only be served after the safety car goes in, so he can't serve the drive-through now. He has to serve it when we are at full racing speed conditions. So Red Bull can gain points on McLaren. Now, what tires? I think Gecko... Let's see, Gecko is gonna go for the hards. Happy Meal is gonna go for the hards. It seems like it as well. Yes, he does. Night Owl for the hards as well. Foxer hards as well. No, mediums for Foxer. Rapas as well for the mediums. Jamie stays out. The only one who stays out. He has 4 lap old hards. So he is in the lead of the race now. And he could give us a even bigger curveball in this race. If he's gonna do a little bit silly, or either Gecko and Happy Meal are gonna do a little bit silly stuff to Jamie. Because, I mean, we could see some sort of interesting stuff between Jamie, Gecko, Happy Meal, Night Owl, Focuser. I mean, we could. Let's see. We have to wait until we are at when the safety car is gonna end, and it's not gonna end until like lap 19, because fucking Liam is so far back. Fucking my god, Liam is straight up there just to make numbers. I swear to god. But yeah, Gecko had the race in his hands, pretty much under control. Now he doesn't. The race has slipped away, and it's in anyone's hands. It's in anyone's hands. It could be in Gecko's, it could be in Happy Meals, it could be in Night Owls. I don't know. Could be in Focusers. Could be Jamie's even. If he somehow, I don't know, the guys behind are gonna be fucking, I don't know, like into turn 1. He's just gonna drive away, and then Gecko and Happy Meal are just gonna have an absolute carnage into turns 1 and 2. They're gonna be going off into the gravel. Somehow the rest of the people are gonna get caught up as well, and then he's gonna pull off like 7 seconds in front of everyone else. That's a crazy scenario, but it could as well happen. It could always happen. There is always this possibility. Don't rule those possibilities out. So yeah, everyone pretty much pitted for hard, besides Liam, who went for the softs for whatever reason. He's not on the softs. Or at least I don't think he's gonna be on the softs. He's gonna pit to whatever tires. Is it mediums? Okay, that's more of a fair tire to pit. Softs, anyways, would have been quite diabolical. Mediums are fair enough. So yeah, everyone has pitted for hard besides Liam, who's pitted now for the mediums. Yusuf, Rapas, and Foxer, who have as well pitted for the mediums earlier. The only one who we are waiting for is Liam. I mean, everyone is behind the safety car queue. Like I said, the only one who isn't is Liam, as always. So we have to wait for Liam. Liam, get your ass over here. Stop betting. Fucking gambling addiction. Yeah. I mean, Wait, is Malp still with that broken front wing? I want to see if he has still a broken front wing. Can't see from here. He's still driving with a broken front wing. I think the best for Malp would have been to, since he got that drive-through, the race is over anyways at this point. He could have pitted for whatever, I don't know, softs. He could have pitted for softs. I mean, he could have pitted, well, he pitted for hards. But he just could have changed the front wing. Well, he can't change only the front wing, of course, he has to change the tires as well, but you get the point. In this time he could have changed the front wing, but he doesn't. He's still driving with that broken front wing, so... Oh well... Safety car should be in this lap. Should be. Because the laps under the safety car are limited to like 3. So it should be on... Yeah, it is in this lap. Liam is still not close to the safety car queue, but he's gonna catch up. 1 and then 2. We have hit the limit. How many laps the safety car is gonna be on the circuit. He's even driving full throttle. He is, to be fair. Jamie is weaving left, right, Rapas 10 seconds for severe collision with Focuser. I could bet quite a lot that that penalty is gonna get removed. Because, I mean, Focuser did not even... Well, Focuser didn't get it, and he hasn't lost a place, so... Yeah. Jamie, let's see. When is he gonna go? He's going pretty wide on the exit out of the parabolic. He cuts in. And he now goes. So it's green, green, green. Right. Now it's green. Now we are full racing. Now everyone can overtake wherever, however, whenever they want. Gecko is gonna... It's gonna be crucial for him to immediately overtake Jamie. Around the outside of turn 2 is not gonna work. So he's gonna have to try to get a run into turn 4. Because Happy Meal is close behind him. He doesn't have a run into turn 4 at all. So he has to now defend from Happy Meal, who is right behind him. Is Happy Meal gonna send it? No, it doesn't send it. So still Jamie in the lead of this race. Still looking for the lead if anything is gonna happen in here, because Jamie is gonna be going a little bit slower through this part of the track compared to everyone else. Gecko is just not really overtaking Jamie at the moment. Lap 20 out of 27. Gecko just trying to get some bit of the ERS back that he's lost. Just trying to close in on Jamie as much as possible into turn 1. What is Night Owl doing? Trying to put the pressure on Happy Meal into the final corner, trying to distract him a little bit. Gecko gets a decent exit, but Jamie is still... He's not really using his battery. Now he is using, but he's got less battery than Gecko. Gecko should be able to get him around the outside of turns 1 and on the inside into turn 2. He does get him in there. The Happy Meal just kind of punts off Jamie off the circuit, and Jamie in the wall. Damaged front wing, we see the carbon fiber. So Jamie is pretty much out of the race, we could say as well. So Happy Meal could get a penalty for that. Focuser has overtaken Night Owl into the second chicane. He is on the medium, so he has to take the advantage of those mediums. Right now, he has to take advantage out of those. So he has to be pushing, he has to go for it as much as possible. How much ERS does he have? Well, not great, not a great amount. Happy Meal is not overtaking Gecko into the Ascaris, and Gecko gets a 3-second time penalty through the Ascaris. So Gecko at the moment not in the lead of the race. Well, he is of course on track, but after he's gonna cross the finish line on lap 27 out of 27 like this, he's gonna drop down massively. He's gonna drop down so many places. He's gonna drop down all the way down to P7. We have to remember, Rapaz should get that 10-second penalty out from him. Happy Meal is gonna overtake Gecko into turn 1 easily, fully in front of him, not even side by side, just fully in front of him. Gecko, is he going to be able to counter-attack into turn 4? Doesn't seem like it. He's not using any ERS into turn 4. So he isn't using any ERS. Well, by any ERS, I mean overtake, of course. Foxer is quite close behind as well, 4 tenths behind Gecko. So he has quite... Well, I mean, the performance of the Mercedes is quite compromised, of course, on the straight, you could say. Yeah. Gecko, he is gonna pray that everyone else around him is gonna get 3 seconds. Or at least Happy Meal. If Happy Meal is gonna get 3 seconds, that's probably fine for him. That's probably fine for him. Because at the moment, he's gonna be losing so many places. At the moment, he will drop down to P7. Actually, P8. It's so close between Gecko and Yusuf, but at the moment, P8 would be the position for Gecko. Reminder, Rapaz could... I could bet quite a lot that Rapaz is gonna get that 10-second off, because he probably didn't do shit. Gecko is not attacking Happy Meal into turn 1 at all. Let's see what Happy Meal is doing with ERS. 16% only. He's not having a great time with ERS. This track is not great with ERS either. But Happy Meal is already down to his last 10%. Gecko sees that he's flashing. He's got less than 10%, or he's either saving ERS. He of course doesn't really know, unless he's, I don't know, he's got an engineer or he's listening to the stream. He knows what sort of ERS he has. Or he's got a buddy who listens to the stream. But anyways, Gecko still behind Happy Meal. Still, he has to pull away a gap on quite a bit of drivers. He still has... I mean, he's not going to pull a gap on Foxer, but he has to pray that Savage is not going to have the DRS on Rapaz. And from there, he has at least top 5 as of right now. But he has to pray for that. He has to really pray for that. Gecko 6 tenths back. He has got 70% of ERS though. Foxer the same thing. Happy Meal only 20%. He could... Well, he's not going to be able to even close in on... Well, he's going to close in on Happy Meal, but he's not going to be close enough to overtake him. Even if he would have used all of that ERS, just not able to close in enough to attack Happy Meal. He might be just saving and staying behind Happy Meal for the final lap. The gap to Savage from Gecko is already 3.5 seconds, so he's got top 5 at the moment. I mean, yeah, he's got P5 at the moment. I mean, it's not really, it would have been a lot better to have P1, I guess, if he's gonna overtake Happy Meal. Of course, it seems like he's just staying back, not doing anything. Happy Meal is recovering ERS. Gecko, is he going to go for it? He is going to go for it. Into the Ascari. Takes the lead of the race. Takes another... Oh, Happy Meal loses the through the Ascari. Just seen it. And Happy Meal loses the positions down to P4. He was comfortable in P2. Could have gotten the race win. Now Focuser is the driver who could get the race win. The driver who hasn't yet gotten, the defending world champion who hasn't gotten yet a single podium in this race. Now he could get a race win out of nowhere. He was getting a podium, it seemed like it. Now he might not even... He might get a race win with Gecko's 3 seconds. But still, there is still Happy Meal behind him, who got easily past Night Owl. Just like Night Owl was not even there. Just easily past him. But that was a great save by Happy Meal through the Ascari. He could have easily binned it into the wall, but that was a great save from him to at least keep himself in the top 5 and not losing the DRS train. A quite bad exit out of turns 4 and 5. The gap rises to 8.5 tenths, 8 tenths to Focuser. At the moment, not... I mean, as long as Focuser has the DRS on Gecko, highly doubt it that Happy Meal is gonna be able to overtake Focuser at all, unless Focuser is just gonna be using all his ERS away just to keep up with Gecko, and then it doesn't pay off, and then Happy Meal overtakes him easily on the straight, which has a lot more battery than Focuser. But at the moment, Focuser in the race winning position with Gecko's 3-second time penalty. Happy Meal close behind him though. Those mediums will be going off at this stage of the race. Focuser got almost no ERS left. Happy Meal's got plenty of ERS. Well, he's got 20% now at the moment. So he's still got a lot more ERS than Focuser. Focuser has to save his ERS. Save his precious ERS for the final lap. For the final time, we're gonna go onto the start-finish straight into turn 1. He's gotta save that precious ERS. First of all, he's got to stay within Gecko's 1 second time, within 1 second to get that ERS. The gap is 8 tenths. The gap is 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he's gonna get the DRS into this back straight with the DRS. Happy Meal is half a second behind. Focuser, he could get his first win of the season and his first podium of the season. Like I said, this guy hasn't gotten a single podium this season yet. He could straight up win a race. Just needs to get within the 1 second of Gecko and then pray that Happy Meal doesn't overtake him into turn 1. Happy Meal's got 60% of ERS. Focuser only 27. The penultimate time we go through Parabolica, and the final time we go around this circuit. Happy Meal does have the run into turn 1. Focuser doesn't really seem to be defending at all into turn 1. Happy Meal got the inside line. Focuser, does he have maybe some sort of run? No, he doesn't. Focuser loses the lead of the race going into turn 1. Focuser wasn't even like defending at all. It doesn't seem like he was trying to defend. He was just trying to, I don't know what the hell was he trying to do. He just did not defend the inside whatsoever. Let's Happy Meal through pretty much. So Happy Meal back in the race lead with Gecko's 3-second time penalty. This is absolutely beautiful in the end for Happy Meal. Even though he lost it on the exit out of the Ascaris, now he's back into the race lead with the last lap, with 1 sector to go pretty much. One final time through the Ascaris and one final time through the 3rd sector. Probably gets a track limit penalty there. Gecko almost loses it through the Ascaris. Is he gonna overtake Gecko as well for the actual race lead? So that he's gonna... Oh, well, he doesn't... What on earth was that? Well, Happy Meal is not gonna win this race. Gecko might get a penalty for that. Focuser in the end is gonna win the Italian Grand Prix. Happy Meal P2, Gecko P3, Night Owl P4, Rapaz P5, Savage P6, Yusuf P7, Eagle P8, SVP P9, Onmasamat P10, P10, TVH P11, Rapaz, Jamie P12, Mal P13. But what on earth was that contact between Gecko and Happy Meal? Happy Meal is going to be furious with that. He's going to be absolutely furious with that. But I guess Focuser is not going to mind that at all. Focuser, in the end of the final quarter or the final lap, somehow wins the Italian Grand Prix. Like I said, this for the 3rd time I'm gonna say this. This guy, not a single podium before this race. Now he straight up wins a race with heavy amount of luck. Wins the Italian Grand Prix out of nowhere. Wow, what on earth was that for final lap, final corner? I couldn't even react to it. I was so like speechless to that. Like, what the fuck was that? Gecko could get a bit of a bigger penalty than that 3 seconds. I can sort of say that he could get. Happy Meal is gonna be furious with that. Although Happy Meal could get a penalty as well with Jamie, what he did to Jamie, but that's another thing. Focuser doesn't give a fuck at all about those things. Just wins it, does nothing, wins the Italian Grand Prix. Driver of the day by the game. I think deserved. Savage could be as well driver of the day. He got P6, could be P5 if I'm still saying this as I think that Rapas is gonna get that 10-second penalty off. Yeah, so Savage as well from P12 to P6, could be P5 if Gecko's gonna get a heavier penalty. But yeah, that was an interesting one, wasn't it? That was a very interesting one. Yeah. 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 I guess FIA chat is going to be very interesting. I can tell you that FIA chat is going to be very interesting after this. So we know the winner. Fox is the winner. He didn't do shit the race, just drove and got the dub. So we got a banger at least of a race. Next week we have Azerbaijan, so yeah, that might be a bit of a chaos in itself as well, but that's gonna be next week. Yeah, next week we have Azerbaijan. No sprint, of course. There's gonna be quite a bit of penalties probably for the maybe Happy Meal, maybe. Well, I think Gecko's gonna get a penalty, honestly. For that final corner shit, final lap, final corner. But yeah, that was Monza. Definitely an enjoyable one after the safety car. Thank you, Devil Driver / Alfie. See you next week on Azerbaijan. Ciao.